Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
The next search on February 28, 2020, 7:44 p.m. How, does the FBI find people? The people's misspelled P-E-O-O-P-L-E.
I object.
Did the defendant find out how the FBI finds people in this case? Oh, she found out.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. We are seconds away, I think, from a verdict. Oh, I'm messing things up here. We're expecting the verdict any second now in the... Alright, let's see. Okay, ready to... Take three. All right, we're going to lay this down because actually I have to cut back to here. Hang on, we've got pictures all over the place. Audio needs to stop. Hard stop on the song. There we go. And now audio back from court. Here we go. All right, we're waiting. We've seen family brought in, and I'm just waiting for confirmation. Let's see. If this is a verdict, do we have a for sure here? Does anybody know? I want to play the music if it is. But the questions, we didn't see family called in for the questions before. We had two questions that led up to this. The jury has been deliberating, or was deliberating for 2 hours and 40 minutes in this case. This is the bad neighbor trial. And that's quick. The things they asked for as far as questions, the first thing they said was, can we listen to both the 911 calls? And they asked that about an hour into deliberation. The answer was yes. Both of them were played in court. The jury was brought back out, and they played those for the jury. And then the next question, the follow-up question, was about 35 minutes later. Can we get clarification on whether the door frame was damaged, how it was damaged, and by whom? The court basically said no, we can't. And then, an hour later, the jury has what we think is a verdict. So I'm going to hit the button because I'm going to call it. All the indicators are here. I don't think they could be hung this quickly. I think it's going to be a verdict. After 2 hours and 40 minutes of deliberation in the Susan Lorincz trial, this is the bad neighbor trial where neighbor against neighbor, tensions were high, a gunshot was fired, and we have one neighbor dead. This was a very tough trial. We have the judge coming back into the courtroom now. We believe we have a verdict. All the indicators show that this would be a verdict. We're going to join now and listen in as the judge just takes the bench.
All right, we're going to go back on the record on the state of Florida versus Susan Lorincz. What we're going to do is we'll bring the jurors back in. Before we take the verdict from them, I'm going to read the jurors their instructions upon discharge, which gives the jurors their rights. I hope everyone will respect that. And remind everybody to keep the same calm demeanor we've had the whole trial. Again, I appreciate it. The jurors will pass a note to the bailiff and to me. The clerk ultimately will publish the verdict. Either side wants the jurors polled. Again, we will poll them by number. Okay, and they have their numbers. Let's bring them in.
So there's a confirmation. It is, in fact, a verdict. Less than 3 hours of deliberation. This is short for any trial. Less than 3 hours of deliberation.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my understanding you have reached a verdict in this case. Is that correct? What I'm going to read to you is the last instruction. This regards you as jurors. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you for your time and consideration of this case.
This seems
I also
premature.
wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room, except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases. We have recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you are at liberty to speak with anyone about your deliberations, you are also at liberty to refuse to speak to anyone. A request to discuss your verdict or your deliberations may come from those who are simply curious, from those who might seek to find fault with you, from the media, from the attorneys, or elsewhere. It will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror.
Sorry, I can't
Can
put
you
comments
please
on the
hand the
screen
verdict
right
to
now.
the bailiff, please?
I'm using all my devices, and I don't have a spare one for comments. I think he should have checked the verdict first to make sure it
I'll
was
have
done
the clerk
correctly.
read the verdict.
But apparently it's done.
Verdict as to count one. We, the jury, find as to count one of the charge. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter. Did the state prove beyond a reasonable doubt that during the commission of the offense, the defendant personally used a firearm? Yes. So say we all, dated the 16th day of August, 2024.
Does either side wish to poll the jurors to be polled?
Yes, sir.
Madam Clerk, please poll the jurors by number only.
Juror number 1, is this your verdict? Juror number 2, is this your verdict? Yes. Juror number 3, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 4, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 5, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 6, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you can go back to the jury room, please wait there and I'll discharge you in a few moments, okay? Here we go.
No emotion
Also, here's the last one.
on the defendant's
I
face
don't
here.
think I dated that. Let me get that one back.
The jury found that her actions were not reasonable. But this was not
Ms. Lawrence, the
self-defense.
jury has found you guilty of manslaughter with a firearm. You're going to be adjudicated guilty of that offense. I assume that sentencing will be at a later date. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
Are you requesting a pre-sentence investigation?
Yes, sir.
What I'm going to do is have the Department of Corrections prepare a pre-sentence investigation. I'll
I mean, it could
continue
be
this case.
30 to 90 days out for sentencing.
I'll put it all the way to the November docket, although I expect us to be sentenced long before that. I'm just putting us far enough away to get everything done. So when we get the PSI done, then please contact my office. We'll set a sentencing. Ms. Lawrence, you're going to be held in custody of the Marion County Jail without bond until that time, okay? Thank you and good luck to you.
A shrug.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes,
A
ma'am.
shrug from the defendant. All right, there we go. Oh man, the family.
I understand. We also
A brief
okay.
outburst now that it's broken, but I mean now that the court has adjourned.
We'll be in recess.
In recess. Heartbreaking. We are we're going to as they leave, we're going to turn that off. I've got to get. We're going to jump back. I know there's a lot to talk about here in this trial. This is one that it was hard. A lot of strong feelings here. I think I can put some text, some chat on the screen now, possibly. Let's do this really quickly. I've got a couple of people I have to thank on this stream as well. Thank you very much for that. We've already built the thumbnail for going back to Robert Tellis. We're going to do that in just mere moments, and we'll play catch up to get back to that. But I think Zachary. I can't see where it is now. Zachary Wells gifted some membership here. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Zachary. We're going to probably talk about this in chat as we listen to Robert Tellis, because I do not want to fall far behind on that case, as that one is intriguing as well. I'll just say that the jury didn't agree. They heard the evidence. It was pretty quick, and it seems very clear that they reached that. This doesn't seem like that was very split. The jury was pretty much all on the same page on this one from the get-go. So a guilty for Sarah Lorincz, Susan Lorincz. I keep messing up her first name. I apologize. Which could mean I think she could serve up to 30 years, I believe. Depends on the PSI and how that goes. But tough one for those that saw this as self-defense. All right, we're going to end this right now and jump back to Robert Tellis. Thank you all. I appreciate you guys. The whiplash. I wish I could do it on the same stream, but for those who are watching this on replay, it's very difficult to point them from one stream to another. So we have to do the portaling back and forth. Tonight, when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe. We go live again in moments with Robert Tellis as we continue where we left off. New witness on the stand. This is day 3 of the Robert Tellis trial. This is day 3, part 2 now. I think we're going to have 3 parts today. Thank you guys. I'll see you on the flip side. All right.